All right, Mr. Mayor, you up?
Councilor Pruitt, I got the memo, so I'm going to be speed talking on this one. We are
540,
taking out about,
540, Mayor.
we are taking out about 2/3 of the mayor's message, and we'll say that the next time with all the essentials. All right, let's get right to it. Financial update. Sales and use tax revenue is trending near break even. Growth rate for the month. Oh, I didn't say hello to everybody. Hello, everybody. They got me on the clock today. The growth rate for the month of February compared to the same month in the previous fiscal year was about 0.5%. More importantly, year over year, sales and use tax is a growth rate that's a little bit more than 1%, and collections are about the same as they were in the previous fiscal year. It was forecasted 2 years ago that growth for sales and use tax would decline, and so there are several factors that are adversely affecting this revenue. With citizens having fewer dollars to spend without stimulus dollars, that's one factor. Second, the cost of goods continues to increase, so we're seeing our residents kind of tighten their pockets and their checkbooks as well, their cash apps and everything else. So household income doesn't increase because the cost of goods does. So we're basically seeing people pull back in terms of their spending. Next slide. The lodging tax revenue has declined significantly for the month of February, although the growth rate by comparison for the same period in FY 2024 is nearly 10% negative. Year over year, the growth rate is almost 5% to the positive. So hopefully this revenue source, which is key for us, will have the growth that's possible for us to continue strong trends, particularly what we're seeing in terms of people coming in for the 60th anniversary of the Selma Montgomery March, which I'll touch on in just a little bit. Next slide. Gasoline tax revenue took a nosedive in February after significant growth in January. The recent legislation passed by the City Council to increase the gas tax will generate additional revenue that should help this source get above break even year over year. We're thankful for that, and I think it will benefit the citizens of Montgomery in the long run. Next slide. The alcoholic beverage tax revenue grew more than 3% over the same period last year. Year over year, this revenue source is 9% more than it was in FY 2024. It appears consumers are buying more alcoholic beverages than in the previous years, but prices are also going up a little bit too, and we may see them go up a little bit higher with things that are happening at the federal level. But revenue is still coming in daily from ad valorem taxes and business licenses. As of February, more than 95% of the ad valorem taxes on real property have been collected compared to budget. Do not have a report on the collections from the sale of business licenses because calculations are still ongoing due to extending the period in which these business licenses could be purchased without penalty. Next slide. Just kind of an overview of our projection of revenue reflects nearly $2.8 million over budget as of February 2025. The actual revenue over budget is due to projected increases in ad valorem taxes, sales and use taxes, lodging taxes, rental taxes, and taxes collected from the creation of the Tourism Improvement District, otherwise known as a TID. The total revenue collections are trending about 2% less than the same time in 2024. And again, this is primarily due to only about 50% of business license revenue being posted to the general ledger in February because of the aforementioned extension to renew or purchase those business licenses. So this will, we think, kind of get caught up once we have all the business licenses collected. Total departmental and non-departmental operations are expected to be less than budgeted, so kudos to all the cabinet heads as well as directors for their prudent spending. Actual expenditures are expected to come in under budget due primarily to attrition, but again, I think also some cost-saving measures that we know some of our cabinet directors have taken. Expenditures not incurred are due to a lack of being able to fill some of the vacancies that were funded in the budget. We'll talk about that in the next council meeting or in the work session. But it's projected that the city will be able to add a minimum of $2.75 to $3 million to our reserves at the end of the fiscal year. This continues to allow the city to be in a very good position when it comes to how bond raters such as Moody's Standard & Poor's, and Fitch look at the financial condition of our city. And again, we'll talk about a few more things that relates to our bond rating and where our reserves are in the next meeting. Just very briefly, we're just going to touch on the 60th anniversary events that we have coming up, and we'll just go through these slides very quickly. We got a reception on Friday, a family fun day on Saturday at Carver High School from 10 to 2. Also, that's for kids and adults, everybody, with face painting and interactive exhibits, live performances, and so forth. Then stick around for the Stars for Freedom Rally, which goes from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. And that, again, will be a reenactment of many of the entertainers that were there to encourage those marchers as they were on the last chapter of the 54-mile track from Selma to Montgomery. And then on Sunday, we'll retrace the steps of 25,000 people who marched to the State House, to the state capitol, where Dr. King delivered one of his most famous speeches, known as the How Long, Not Long speech. And we will have Reverend Dr. Bernice King here to address the marching and those that will meet us at the Capitol on Sunday. So we hope that all of you will come. This is open to everybody, and we want as many people from our community and certainly the region and the state to participate in these events, but certainly the march itself commemorating the Voting Rights Act that was passed 60 years ago. So, final point, and the rest will wait, but this one couldn't. We want to turn our attention to recognizing some great middle schoolers from Montgomery Public Schools. As I call your name, I want you to come up as well. Fernando Francisco, Carter Townsend, Rashad Robinson are members of the McKee Middle School robotics team. The team won the Alabama Middle School VEX IQ State Championship to qualify and are led by teachers Jennifer Julius, Jessica Johnson, and Patrick Nelson is the school's principal. Y'all going up there in front of the council. These young men will make history as the first middle school team in Montgomery Public School history to compete at the 2025 VEX Robotics World Championship in Dallas, Texas. Fernando, Carter, and Rashad received the team award at the Selma Robotics Competition, as well as the Creative Award at the VEX IQ State Championship Competition in Auburn for their innovative approaches to solving challenges. The team built an effective robot, excelled in team interviews, and presented an exemplary engineering notebook. We want to again congratulate them and make sure that we take a picture and we support this team and their teachers and principal any way we can. So with that, y'all already up here? No. Come on up. We're going to grab a picture. We have it for the record. Right in front of Mr. Calhoun, Mr. Pruitt. All right? Thank y'all.
I need to raise some money, huh? Yeah, they do. Teacher and the principal. That's the principal.
Awesome.
No. Slide.
All right, Mr. President, turn it back over to you.
Okay.
Thank you for the time.
Thank you, Mayor.